Hi, good evening, children. How are you all? Hope you are fine and safe there. Okay, today I'm going to teach you not teaching, actually, we are revising this unit. We already learned this unit number 18, inheritance. If you are opening your course book 230, you can see the unit name, inheritance. Okay, the main points we want to learn in this unit are chromosomes and about the chromosomes and genes, the structure and function of DNA, cell division by mitosis, cell division by meiosis, and how to use the genetic diagrams to predict and explain the features of offspring or babies of two parents. Okay, these are the things we want to focus on this unit. Okay, before going to the definitions, first of all you want to know the cell and the nucleus. Okay, you want to revise, or you want to take the previous knowledge. Okay, you already learned the animal cell, right? We already learned the animal cell. You can see the diagram of the animal cell here. This is the outer covering or the cell membrane of the cell, and inside you can see the cytoplasm, and there is a another organelle named nucleus. What is the function of this nucleus? This nucleus is the control unit of the cell. Okay, the control unit of the cell is called nucleus. So what is the nucleus actually controlling? Nucleus is controlling all the activities inside the cell. Okay, nucleus is the control unit. So all the activities that's happening inside the in the cell, nucleus is controlling. So inside the nucleus you can see some of the thread-like structures called chromosome. The made up of threads of DNA, and the DNAs are the made up of genes. Okay, inside the nucleus you can see the chromosomes, that are the threads of DNA, made up of genes. So have you got the what is chromosome, what's DNA, and what is the gene? Now have a look of the definitions of these key words. Chromosomes means a thread of DNA made of genes. And then gene, you can see the third one, gene, a section of DNA which codes for the formation of a protein controlling a specific characteristics of the organism. If you are looking into the detail, I will show you. See, look here. Can you see the diagram of the chromosomes here? See, and if you are opening your textbook, you can see here the diagram of the chromosomes. You can see here. Okay, and some are here you can see it fatty, and you can see it here thin, right? By the time of cell division, it's becoming shorter and getting fatter. Okay, so you can see this one with a light microscope in this position. But if you want to see this one, you need another the thin one. If you want to see this one, you need to take an electron microscope to see this chromosomes. Okay, now you can see here, if you are looking here, chromosomes are too thin to be seen except with an electron microscope. But when the cell is dividing, they get shorter and becoming fatter. So they can be seen with a light microscope. Okay, these are the structures of the chromosomes. You can see it. Then human chromosomes and nucleus you can see here in this diagram. Okay, chromosomes are a package form of DNA. The DNA normally exists in a non-condensed form in the cell nucleus. Then you can see here, human cells contain 46 chromosomes. Okay, always you know that we have in the human cells, we have 46 chromosomes in the human cell. Okay, 23 otherwise you can say 23 pairs of chromosomes in a human cell. But one pair is the sex chromosome. These determine the sex of that individual. Okay, see, you have 46 chromosomes in your human, in the cell, okay, in our cells, or 23 pairs of chromosomes. But one pair of that 23 is the sex chromosomes that determine the sex of the individual, whether it's a male or a female. Okay, if the chromosome contained XY, then it's a male chromosome. Then the female chromosome, XX chromosomes are called female chromosome. Okay, if there is a Y chromosome present, it shows the male characteristics, of course. Okay, so these are the things. Then, as you learned here, the chromosomes, the thread of DNA, I told you. The DNA contains, actually, what is the function of this DNA? DNA controls the function of the cell by regulating protein synthesis. It's important to maintain cell structure and to producing enzymes. Okay. So here you can see the diagram of a DNA. Can you see the diagram of the DNA? See here. This is the diagram of the DNA, the X shaped. Okay, you can see it here. See, have a close look. You can see it here. The chromosome. This is the chromosome. If you are taking one part of the small chromosome, you can see this structure that's called DNA structure. Okay, DNA structure. And inside this one you can see this structure is named helix structure. We will call this structure is a helix structure. Okay, and inside this one, inside this helix structure, you can see, if I am focusing here, you can see it here. Can you see the bases? Okay, pairing of bases, like you can see A, T, C, G. So these are the bases pairing. Okay, pairing of the bases inside the DNA. So A means adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. Okay, this is the way they will pair each other. No, not another chances there is to pair. Okay, they need to pair. So these are the DNA structure, helix structure of the DNA. Have you seen here? Now see, look here. Have a close look. Each chromosome contains one very long molecules of DNA. The DNA molecules carries a code that instructs the cell about which kind of protein it should make. Each chromosome carries instructions for making many different proteins. Okay, so did you understand the function of the DNA? This DNA is controlling DNA molecules carries a code. I told you that the bases are in a code, right? See here, you can see the code A to T, G to C, like this. Okay, this code that instructs, that giving instruction to the cell about what kind of protein it should be make. Okay, so this is the function of this DNA. Inside this DNA you can see again the smallest part, genes. Have you seen this figure? See, look here. So inside this one, a part of DNA molecule coding for one protein is called a gene. This is the diagram of a gene. See, you can see here again the cell. Inside the cell you can see the nucleus. Then you can see the chromosomes. If you are taking the chromosomes in a closer look, you can see the DNA. Inside the DNA you can see the genes. Okay, this is the thing, and these are the protein molecules. Okay, then what do you mean by a gene? Each chromosome is made up of a large number of genes coding for the formation of different proteins which give us our characteristics. Okay, these genes are, see, look here, each chromosome is made up of a large number of genes coding. Okay, as I told you before here in this coding. Okay, this coding is controlling your characteristics. Okay, if the coding depending upon this coding, your characteristics are different. The genes are responsible for a particular characteristics is always the same relative position on the chromosome. Then next definition you want to learn is allele. Allele. Okay, can you see this one? Number 2, allele. Allele means an alternative form of a gene. Pairs of alleles occupy the same relative positions on chromosome pairs.